signs. We'll be back after these messages. Join us again. Welcome back. Now about the signs. There's one very interesting one when it comes to the zebra crossing. And I think that a lot of people have low understanding of what a zebra crossing is.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, there was this caricature, a cartoon of someone trying to cross over and just coming in from outside of our shores and trying to use the zebra crossing. And he was so surprised that the car...
asking him, are you a zebra? Why should I stop for you?
Not even that one. Saying the car just came with so much speed and he had to take off the road to save his life. Why is it that these laws and these signs seem not to be working in this country?
Do you know that ordinarily in every junction there ought to be a stop sign? Because when you get to a junction, the first thing you should stop. You must come to a stop, a complete stop, before you take a bend or you go straight. All of these should be
the T-junction or a cross junction.
Be the T-junction or a cross junction. Zebra crossing for us is more like, you know, a paint on the roads. And so that's why one of the people you spoke, your reporter spoke with, said, look, there needs to be massive education on, you know, most of these road signs. Where you find the road sign, that some of them are bending face downwards, or, you know, they've gathered dust. They are just there because the contractor, part of the road construction is that the contractor must put signs there. But we also need to take a step further to ensure that you educate people on the road users. In some cases, how do we even obtain our road driver's licenses? You know, so all of these, at the end of the day, you breach all of these rules, you turn around to arrest the offenders because you want to insist on implementation. You want to use a few persons to serve, you know, as a deterrent. That's why no matter how many people you arrest, you're still going to find people doing this thing consistently. So
how do we begin to arrest the root cause? Because as you just mentioned, we need to begin to look at the process, course, yes. The process of obtaining your driver's license.
Let me give you an instance. Before we quickly get there, look at the Lekki Ekpe Axis. Before now, there used to be a lot of traffic on those roads, and then also people driving against the traffic. You know, a lot of deaths happened on those roads, and then, you know, those people went scot-free. But it took the initiative of the government to say, look, we need to address the root cause first. What are the root cause? What is causing this traffic bottleneck? And they removed all of those roundabouts. And now you have free flow of traffic. And also, that also further reduced people having to drive against one way.
Let's enter into that one a little deeper. But first of all, let's quickly go on a short break. And we'll be back after now. Join us again. Welcome back to Sunrise Daily. Now, people are really concerned about that penalty of seizing one's car when you drive against traffic, or should I say, drive on one way. Yeah. What do you make of it?
Like I said, you know, it's a grave offense to drive against the traffic, and so we should rather, you know, find ways of ensuring that it doesn't happen, rather than wait for people to commit the offense because we want to collect their cars. What of in cases where people, you know, accidentally dies? What do you do? Will the car that you've collected compensate for the life that have, you know, been lost? And then there are also, we need to look at these things, you know, properly. How about a situation where somebody borrows my car for example, all I need to certify that that person can drive is a valid driver's license. Do you have a valid driver's license? And he says yes. And then he goes off, and then tomorrow they say he's arrested for driving one way, and then my car that he was driving is impounded, seized by the government. And the man who committed that offense walks away, but the man who is suffering for the offense that have been committed is the owner of the car. So how do you reconcile it? What offense, did that car commit? So let's concentrate on the people first before you, and then find alternative. Also further, Lagos State government has said they want to decongest prisons, and in decongesting prisons, you give community service as penalties, for minor offenses. And now with what you're doing, if you don't first and foremost look for how to ensure free flow of traffic and ensure motorability of the roads, you're going to get back to that stage where you have your prisons are congested for people that have committed minor offenses, while the ones that committed
that's more chaos for the prison system. Okay, Mark has a question. Let's get in Mark's question from Abuja.
People will say that what you're saying, or what you've been, part of what you've said is making excuses for people doing the wrong thing. In many instances, people are well aware that what they're doing is wrong, but they do it anyway.
No. I'm not here to make excuses for people to do the wrong thing. What I'm here to do, like we say, in a state of lawlessness, it becomes illegal to be law-abiding. You don't create lawlessness and expect that everybody, will now abide by the law. First and foremost, you create a law, you ensure that there is avenue to implement that law for compliance with the law, and then before you begin to talk about monitoring and enforcement. But when you create a law and the law is just there in the statute books, and then you wake up one day, you say, we want to ensure that this, we enforce this law. It doesn't work that way. Look at the task force on land grabbing in Lagos State. Fantastic work they are doing, but you never hear them, work with this impunity, and but people respect them more than when you talk about enforcement without finding ways to comply with that law. That's what I'm saying here. That's
a good place to let it rest. I want to thank you so much indeed. Liboros Oshomah is a lawyer and a civil rights activist. Many thanks for talking to us on Sunrise Daily. And that has been the show for today. Thank you so much indeed for watching. I am Gimba Umar. Bye for now.
Thank you for watching. Do what is right today. I'm Maukbe Ogun.